Hi everyone! In Acts chapter 20, we find a story about a young man named Eutychus. You may not have heard of him before, but the story is so strange and silly. The story goes that the Apostle Paul was traveling to his town Troas, but was scheduled to leave the next day. So in order to cram in as much teaching as he possibly could, he preached and preached and preached all night long. It says that he actually preached until midnight. The room that he was in was upstairs, and it was lit with oil lamps and got really hot and stuffy. So this young man, Eutychus, sat in the window to try to get some fresh air and stay awake while Paul kept preaching and preaching and preaching. Except that he doesn't stay awake. He actually falls asleep and then falls out the window of a third-story building, and then he dies. Don't worry, Paul goes outside and raises him from the dead, and he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I've sat through a lot of long and boring church services in my life. There's been sermons that I've heard and even those that I've preached that have been really hard to get through. And yet it would be really easy for us to criticize Eutychus, saying, "How dare he fall asleep? If only he remained alert and prayerful." But it's interesting to note that Eutychus is never criticized in this story. He's never yelled at by the Apostle Paul. He was there, giving his best, listening to an 8-hour sermon, trying to stay awake by sitting in the nighttime breeze. Eutychus teaches us a simple lesson about the importance of showing up. In these strange and unprecedented times, it may be difficult for you to continue to show up week after week to online church, or to reach out to your friends and family via text again and again. Or it might be difficult to pray the same prayers over and over, or to do Bible studies or devotions on your own. And we get it, like some of that stuff is just plain old boring. Like, it's very reasonable for you to be bored right now. But with the story of Eutychus, we see that God rewards those who try. He honors those who show up. May we be like Eutychus, who was faithfully present to the church and to his God.
And maybe try this. Pray that God would give you a little bit of a nighttime breeze to move over your life right now and to help you stay awake and present in these really strange times.